Yeah, my name is Segomotso Kelefetswe and I'm the CEO of Outlook Foundation, an organization that inspires young people, that helps the young people with career decisions, also with motivation and then also coaching and mentoring. As well, I'm a civil engineer by profession, working for TCTA, and it's a state-owned entity that implements bulk raw water project for the Department of Water and Sanitation. Civil engineering is actually what you see around you. Somebody called it service delivery engineering because it's all about the provision of water, provision of roads, provision of infrastructure. Open the tap of water, you don't want to see any other color but clear water. So our work starts from when we get the water, most of the time from the river itself. You've seen the colors of the water in the river, so we get the water through the bigger pipes and abstraction facilities, and then we put it into a treatment facility. So we treat the water, take the dirty out, and then make the water to be in a drinkable state. If you've seen this economic side of the roads, we call it traffic or transport engineering, which deals with aspects of making sure that you're commuting from one city to the other is simple and is very effective. I grew up in Mahikeng, and Mahikeng is known as a former homeland of Bophuthatswana. People could understand that in the oldest time there was South Africa and there were homelands. So we were in South Africa but out of South Africa. So we had a system that was called Department of Education and Training. It was taken as the lowest quality of education because when we finished school, we went to university and we had to start by bridging course to try to upgrade the quality of school education to other schools. So the area that we grew in was very, very rural. In essence, most of us as the kids, we used to walk, minimum of 3 to about 10 kilometers on foot to and from school. My mother was a single mother and my father passed away in 1993 when I was still very, very young. And the essence of traveling longer distance used to be difficult because when it's raining, it was difficult. We had to cross the river. When it's raining, we have to go a longer route because you have to go to the bridge and then try to take a longer route to school. Lack of resources, actually, that's what made me to want to do services for people, not to go through what you've gone through. The essence of you having to take a long route when there's a short route, you have to bridge the gap. So that's why I thought of provision of infrastructure.
So my name is Adolph Mabasa. I work now for the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure. I serve as a mechanical engineer. Going on throughout matric, I decided that I want to do physics. And there aren't many funding opportunities for physics, but then there's a lot for engineering. So what happened was I decided, I was like, what is the engineering that I think has a lot of physics in it? It's a good experience being a mentor, coming from a space of being a mentee and being able to touch other people as he did and through his teachings and everything that I learned from him.
You can see that the choices that we made, we were influenced when we were at the university, but what about kids being influenced at a younger age? And I think that's what made us to start the foundations and the programs that we have to say, let's help the kids, especially from the places that we come from where we know there's no information. Typically, if you find yourself in a design office, your role will be to come in the office, you plan the work of what you need to do, the design aspect that you're involved in. So it involves having meetings to decide on what needs to be done. Then after that, you go into your own space to go and design aspects that you want to do. And depending on where you are, if you're a senior, you're going to have junior designers assigned to you. So you break further the components of what you're dealing with to say, let's say in the pump station, I need somebody who's going to work on the concrete works. I need somebody who's going to work with the excavations. I need somebody who's going to work with the drawings. So you facilitate the task assignment for those different aspects. And when you do task assignment for different aspects, you oversee it to make sure that they deliver at a certain time, and then you review that design. Communication between engineers, like we say, it's more in terms of design, it's in terms of the drawings. Like we say, picture can speak 1,000 words. So the drawings itself will tell you how to do that work and how it's supposed to go when it's finished. We say as soon as you want to see yourself as an engineer, when you've chosen to be an engineer, walk like an engineer, think like an engineer, research more about engineering, and make sure that whatever you do, it leads you to cementing and to strengthening the choice that you had. So this is the lesson that we give to the learners to say, you know what, don't look at those from what people have been saying. Maths is difficult, because I think that's how they make choices. Maths is difficult, science is difficult. Typically, I say nothing beats hard work. If you've decided and you work very hard, anything is possible. So we showed the case to the learners also about the importance of doing this by using our lives to say we are from rural areas. As we come from rural areas, Don't worry about thinking about the subject being difficult. Worry about you being able to defeat it. Look at it as a challenge that you need to solve. When you've seen a bigger obstacle in your way and then you solve it, you become a better person.